How's it going, people? Jack here with another reaction, here to check out a recommendation from the SssethTzeentach channel on a Total Annihilation Kingdoms, should be specified, because I am not aware of this thing here. As somebody who have attempted to play all of the RTS that I could never afford when I was younger, I, to a certain degree, kind of fell in love with the Total Annihilation series. Like, they are generally well liked and well regarded, with some spin-offs here and there. I think the Command and Conquer maps have tried to emulate some of the stuff that they have made in the past, and yeah, generally just nice. So Kingdom here I am not aware of. It sounds something like a fantasy spin-off, so obviously would not have been one that was on my radar. Yet still, with regards to the sci-fi versions of Total Annihilation, there is an awesome thing that should be happening this year. The creators of one of the best factory builders out there, which is Dyson Sphere program, are actually making an Annihilation game, for which I cannot for the life of me remember what it's called. Is it called Factory Annihilation? Industrial Annihilation, I think it's called. Yeah, that sounds more correct. Should be releasing this year. We don't have a specific date, but it's gonna be interesting to see something that is that highly regarded competing with the likes of, let's say, Frostpunk 2, which is supposed to be releasing on the 20th of September, so it's gonna be exciting. That being said though, Lord of the Merchant Guild laid down on us.
Hey people, Seth here. What a beautiful day to make terrible content. Unfortunately, we're under quarantine. As such, there's been some delays, but adversity demands adaptation. So here's a filler episode. This episode has been brought to you by comfy dystopian gaming setups.
Seth's ability to always show that body pillow will never get lost on me. It just pops up once in a while.
And Seth's complete disregard for personal health and safety. Check it out. I like to call it, I have no case and I must scream. Or, alternatively, watch me short the power pins on my motherboard with a screwdriver in order to start my PC. Please enjoy. Total Annihilation is a highly regarded and generally well-loved RTS from 1997. But I never played that. I played the goddamn fantasy spin-off. Total Annihilation Kingdoms is a highly obscure and generally scuffed abomination of an RTS from 1999. But you know what? I was a child when I first played it, and children have no taste.
No, we don't. And that's one of the things that makes it awesome. Like, we always got to try some games that were absolutely scuffed. Like, the other day, I was installing Spider-Man's Miles Morales on a friend's PC, and we were talking about, like, old Spider-Man games, and we came across the third game based on the third movie, and there is this one scene where Green Goblin is coming after Peter Parker, and he does this stupid ass backflip that literally serves zero purpose. And it was awesome when I was younger, but when I look back at it, like, how did I think that that game was great? It makes zero sense. It is so dumb. But that is part of the beauty of an innocent mind. You just enjoy stuff, and despite how scuffed it may be.
Have you ever wanted to instantly lose a game by accidentally hitting the wrong keys on your keyboard? Have you ever thought to yourself, damn, I love the audio in this game so much, I wish it would stutter constantly, so each time I select a parrot, it might just blow out my eardrums? Have you ever wanted a fantasy game which realistically simulates air traffic congestion? Regardless of your answers, this video will still continue. Total Annihilation Kingdoms is a real-time strategy game about 4 sorcerers kings in the fictional world of Darien. All 4 are siblings, so naturally, they have to kill each other. As such, that is the objective of the game. Elsin is a handsome Giga-Chad. As the most powerful of the 4, he can cast the ultimate spell, Rock, to which there is no defense. Karena. I hate Karena. She's garbage. Like all women, she can grow a second pair of legs and swim underwater, probably to lay eggs and avoid responsibility.
Oh yeah, a woman's natural ability to produce caviar. Women literally use it for skincare. You will never buy nor ask for it at a restaurant ever again after Seth and my addition to the commentary here being put into your mind. Or else you're some kind of freak or a handsome Squidward.
He also has spells. Can you guess what they are? Wow. Water splash. Wow. Homing air bubble. Go fuck yourself, Corinna. Lockin is a confused old man that doesn't know where he is. He can cast fire, and his special ability, like all elderly people when their time has come, is to disappear. Fursha, which I don't know how to pronounce, is amazing. She can fly and do drive-bys on the enemy. Also, she's not Corinna. Each of the 4 sorcerer kings leads their own respective nation, with their own unique units that you summon using magic. Magic requires mana. Mana has to be pumped out of the ground using magic. Look, it's all quite simple. We learned about this in high school. It's the reason why our world is so dysfunctional, because we too have been ruled by the same timeless sorcerers for all eternity. Unlike mortals, they do not die. They are only remade and reborn. If, hypothetically, Senator and Dreadlich Bernie Sanders passed away, hallowed be thy name, his essence would not leave this plane.
Bernie! Yeah, he's one cool old man. Still very fresh and bright in his mind, unlike a certain ice cream enjoyer, Dark Brandon. Definitely should have been a running mate, but he was cheated a lot.
Why is that? Because his phylactery is still intact. Simply accept that there is no hope for us, only happiness in servitude and sweet release in death. Aramon are the sensible humans who live on land. Their units include man, horseman, and civilized man. They also have long-range artillery. Trebuchets often outrange the entire map, and once you've built one, the game is already over. In the tactic commonly known as the drone strike, all you have to do is guess where the enemy king is currently moving, and get lucky. Aramon is clearly very balanced. Varuna dominates the water, unless you play against Zon, which gets to have the biological equivalent of a nuclear submarine. These will walk underwater, walk under your ships, and punch them to death.
You literally have an army of Swamp Thing, huh? That's overpowered.
When playing Varuna, I recommend stopping. But if you really insist, then I recommend turning off your speakers. Zon is the Beast Nation, representing the combined interests of Big Furry and Big Scaly. They have no home, but are constantly on the move, setting up anthropomorphic conventions and luring young, impressionable men into their ranks.
Furry's association to the disaster that was FurCon will never end. Jeez. And it's funnier every single time.
Those who resist seduction get turned to stone, get torn to pieces by racially diverse orcs, or get clubbed to death by someone's persona, only to have their body defiled and forcibly raised as a smaller, less original persona. Zon doesn't have buildings. They use units to summon other units. They're pretty damn fun and very different from the rest. Then there's Taros. Taros is all about getting the job done. The Tarosian dictionary has no words for meaningless concepts such as ethics, morality, or conscience. It does, however, have a word for fuck yo crops and fuck this whack-ass flower bed. Get off my land, you squatting, rent-evading peasants. My favorite part about playing Taros is flying carpets, which are capable of performing some sick aerial drifts. Reject agrarian modernity. Embrace the carpet gatherer tradition. Unfortunately, flying carpets also take up about 95% of the screen at any given time, cause the vast majority of air traffic congestions and collisions, and can't hit a stationary object to save their lives.
This still makes me think of that time I was playing Red Alert 3 and I was just spamming Kirovs. I guess that instead of the Kirov reporting, we get to hear Arabian Night playing on repeat here.
Oh yeah, Total Annihilation Kingdoms also had an expansion, which added another faction. Robots. I feel that we've regressed somehow. On the other hand, holy shit, Creon has some cool-ass units, and just a shame there's only 5 of them. They don't even have a leader, because their leader is dead. Yet, the steam-powered Boston Robotics replacement model is still, somehow, a better commander than Corinna. So...
Sounds about right. The robots gained sentience and became self-determined. But the Corinna hate his peak.
What is the point of this game? Why are you telling us about this, Seth? You bulbous, matzo-eating, oven-dodging, I don't know, mutual suffering. That and enjoying the high-quality voice acting. Winning doesn't feel any different from losing, and the odds are always stacked against you, because the computer cheats, and, unlike you, doesn't require scouts to see the entire map. As a result, I have to cheat, because my alternative is pumping out hundreds of parrots to see even a fraction of what the computer sees,
And in the attempt, unlock the achievement of tinnitus.
and I'm sorry, but they're very loud. Also, pathfinding has some issues. Units get stuck on each other, on objects, on terrain, and sometimes on themselves. I try to work around this by using air units. Unfortunately, air units handle very poorly. That is to say, they handle like high-speed jet engines, except they're reskinned to convince you otherwise. Lord forbid you accidentally overshoot the target. That means you'll have to cross the entire mountain range at several hundred feet, take a hard turn, and fly in for a second try, by which point your target has likely died of natural causes. Or, Lord forbid, you're handling a group of flying units. Good luck with hitting anything in that case, because they'll be spending their time avoiding mid-air collisions. There's many words to describe this game. Strange, cryptic, tinnitus, because it comes from a time when all information on a game was inside the manual. I know, this is a relic from primitive times. If you actually read the damn thing, you'll find out it's incredibly easy. Don't believe me? Here's me winning 1v7 against the AI. Childhood is thinking that building the most aesthetic creatures with the most interesting abilities is an acceptable way to live your life.
Yeah.
Adulthood is realizing that pumping out wave after wave of hideous, low-poly garbage directly into the enemy base and clogging it up until no movement is possible was the true path to victory. I give Total Annihilation Kingdoms a final objective score of the studio filed for bankruptcy shortly after its release out of 10. I recommend it if you struggle with repressed psychology and need a painful stimulus to relive your traumatic memories of the past. Otherwise, it does provide a small amount of dopamine. The story itself is actually alright. There's not many games out there where Mission 5 already has you committing a holocaust. Most real-time strategy games would first explain you the mechanics before asking you to fill a mass grave. I have no feelings about this game, yet I remember a time when I did. A time when my eyes were more innocent and my brain still undeveloped. Arguably, not much has changed, but hey, it's my fleeting memories, and one day this video will be the only evidence I have that I ever had those memories to begin with.
Old Man Seth has found his solution to Alzheimer's. How wonderful.
As always, more content to come, so stay tuned. A warm thanks to the many members of the Merchants Guild generously funding and bankrolling these videos. Please take care of yourselves and have a good one.
I'm gonna guess that 4 years ago, Seth was still doing his studies because he seemed to have been moving every single time. Also, there's this small little thing that Seth does once in a while where he kind of, I don't know if he's exactly breaking out of character. He might still be in character where he does that, but when he's actually like genuinely saying things that are true and or somewhat deep. He did that in his War Thunder video, his Age of Wonders one, a plethora of others where he actually does genuinely give us like great advice, and I like that. I don't want to say it necessarily humanizes him because he's fucking human. He just jokes around all the time, but it's nice to hear. That being said though, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. As always, if you liked it, please do make sure to first and foremost go and subscribe to Seth if you aren't already. Plenty of great reviews on his channel, and of course subscribe if you want to see some more on this one. That being said, wish you all to have a wonderful day. Take care of your mind, and I see you guys in the next one. Bye.